Welcome back to my channel. Jerry Opoka here, speaking about the beauty that is in the culture and ritual of funeral rites. We're going to look at day 2 of the funeral rites. This is when the actual installation of the heir happens. There is a cultural ceremony and then there is also a religious ceremony, which would be either a Catholic Thanksgiving prayer or something, Muslim, whatever it is. And I think, of course, back in the day, it was just the cultural, but I think we do the religious. My view is that we do the religious to kind of balance things and make people feel like it is not demonic. And if there was anything demonic, it has sort of been cancelled out by the religious part. It's okay. Whatever makes people happy is, as long as we understand why we are doing what we are doing, and we know the essence of it, the importance of it, and especially the importance of doing it right. A lot of the times, these funeral rites are shortchanged, or we do a lot of shortcuts because we want to do what is sanitized. We want to do what we have been told by especially churches or by especially religion that is wrong. Remember that these are religions that are not African. They came from elsewhere and came to us and removed what it was that was ours. They demonized, they didn't even remove, they demonized. Some places it's demonized in a subtle way, other places like there's no nonsense. They're like anything to do with African spirituality is demonic. But in so doing, they rob us of a very, very special and powerful gift that is the continuation of life after a person has passed. That continuation of life is not dictated by us as Africans. It is dictated by the Creator. That is just how life is. And so when we try and do shortcuts because somebody has said we should, then we miss out on the gift that the Creator has given to us as a people. With that said, I will speak about the actual installation and what happens. I'm not 100% sure how the heir is selected, but there is a process. If the person who passed away did not categorically say that this is who's going to be my heir, there is a process of selecting that heir. And the heir is not picked alone. There is a sort of vice or assistant, and in this case the person who was selected to be the heir to my beloved mother-in-law was her niece, and the other person, the vice, is called a lubuga. It's called a lubuga. That's the person who supports her in her role. So both of them are going to stand in the shoes of the departed and continue with her work. This ceremony, the second part of the ceremony is, remember the first one is you have taken this soul out of the inside of the house, this negative energy or whatever it is, or the stuck energy from the house, you've taken it out and freed it and released it to go and live in glory. Now is to find a person in the physical who is going to continue their legacy, who's going to bring about posterity for what they were doing and what their role was or their job was on earth. To continue in the role that as a mother she played in the home, and also as a being, her role in the community and what she did. As we know, mothers are nurturers. Mothers are bringers of peace in the home. They're the ones who always, pull children together and make sure that people are working with each other and so on and so forth. So in continuing those roles through the heir, the spirit of the deceased lives on. Now that is for the deceased, for the family as well, to know that this is a person who now stands in place of our mother. It means that when they think about their mother, there's no there should not be sadness as it was before, because now we know that she lives on through this person. And that living on through this person is not just a thing. It's not just something where they say, oh, this is who the heir is to your mother. The ceremony around the installation, oh my God, is so powerful that it makes everybody really feel like, wow, this person is actually taking on a responsibility. Even for you, the heir, you know that the responsibility you're taking on is not simple. That means your mindset changes. It cannot stay the same if you have gone through that process the way that it is done. For all of us who sit around, we also feel the greatness of this responsibility. So it has families from the two clans. Because this was a wife and a mother, she came from a particular clan. So her clansmen come to the home, and then the clan of the home, that means the husband's clan, are also there. First of all, it's like a show of pride of these clans to say, this is who we are. She was from the Mbogo clan. I think the Mbogo is a buffalo. I think it is a buffalo, please. I hope I'm not wrong. But the Mbogo is a buffalo. And then the clan of my father-in-law is the colobus monkey, Ngeye. So the Ngeye clan is sort of showing off, it's like peacocks putting out their feathers and showing off, what they do, how much they know of their culture, and so on and so forth. Same with the Mbogo. So a lot of it is that cultural pride that comes through. And there's a lot of teaching. This is where our culture, this is where our clan was born. This is what our clan was born out of. This is who the first person was. This is who the culture head was. This is our headquarters or admin center. This is how it has shifted. So it's a great space of learning and understanding culture. They try to make it as fun as possible. There's a lot of drumming, like interludes of drumming. And I know that those drums are also to balance the energy in the place. Ladies and gentlemen, these events are very highly spiritual events. Marriages, it doesn't matter if it's traditional or a Christian marriage. You are making vows, you're making covenants with each other on a physical level, but also on a spirit level. And a lot of things happen at weddings, a lot of things happen at burials, a lot of things happen at funerals. It does not matter whether it's traditional culture or if it's Christian or religious. We are spirit beings, and this whole thing around religion and traditional spirituality is very much spiritual work or spirit-filled work. So it's a very highly spiritual engagement. So the drums are good, happy energy that balances out anything that may not be positive. There will be other spirits. Even the spirit of the deceased is there and is happy that it is being honored, that it is being elevated, that it's being remembered on this day, that everyone has come to the celebration of the continuity of that life. Now, the heir is selected, and the vice, who's the Lubuga, I think it's Lubuga is selected as well. The two clans are doing their thing, educating us, but also they are helping us really feel the magnitude of the responsibility that comes with becoming an heir. Then when the ceremony has been done, when the installation has been done, the people who are installed are given certain symbolic gifts. One, they are given a backcloth, and I'm going to make a special video on the gifts alone, because that too was so amazing, so amazing. When we get married, we're given a ring. It's great, it's a symbol of the connection. We hold on to this ring. If you don't wear your ring, people are like, oh, I notice you're not wearing your ring anymore. You know, it's all these things. But African tradition did not have rings. They had other gifts that you took home with you that, oh my God, have been demonized. But there's so much power and beauty in them. Anyhow, I will talk about those. But they're given a back cloth, and they're wrapped in this back cloth. An item that is also very highly demonized, and yet we miss the point of the power in being able to take a bark of a tree and make a beautiful cloth out of it that lasts a long time, is natural, will not give you any of these diseases that we are picking up from synthetic clothing or from the dyes and so on and so forth. So you're given this back cloth that's wrapped around you and tied, and there's a symbolism behind that, you know, it's going to hold everything together. They're also given a basket. They're given a basket with certain artifacts in it, or items, which we'll talk about. When that is all done, then the heir, who is also called the Musika, yes. So the heir, who is the Musika, and the vice, who is the Lubuga, are lifted up on the shoulders of men from their clan. And there are specific men also, I forget the name that is given to them, but they are then lifted up on their shoulders and carried around like a distance and brought back. That is now to say, this that we lift up, that we honor, that we raise up, is now the living form of our mother who died. For the children, this celebration marks the beginning of a new journey that, hey, mom transitioned, but in this person, in the heir and the Lubuga, we still have her. And when we go and speak to her, we're speaking to our mother. And when she speaks to us, we know that mom has spoken. That lessens to a great degree the pain of loss that comes with the loss of the mother or the loss of whoever has passed. It is also done at a time when we've had ample time to mourn, and the clan feels like this is enough. Now it's time to move on. And I saw for myself some people who were still grieving deeply, and at the end of the ceremony they were like, you know what, I feel fine now. I feel renewed. I feel like more positive and things like that. So this is some of the purpose of these functions. Then after the lifting is done, that marks the end of the cultural or traditional ceremony. Now we move to the prayers, where we, being a Catholic family, now go into the church part of it, or the religious side of it. What I found especially special about this ceremony was that in the Catholic Church, they fully understand, appreciate, and respect the ceremony of installing an heir or installing the Musika. I'll just write that down so I stop calling them an heir and refer to them as the Musika that they are. So they understand that the value of it. And even when the priest was preaching, we were honored to have the Vicar General. He has the gentlest, most beautiful soul. When he was preaching, I literally felt my heart just expand and just connect with him in such a beautiful way. So in his prayers, he kept referring to the cultural the cultural benefits that come with this event, the bringing together of families, the knowing of each other, the learning of who we truly are from the foundation, from our heritage. And then he also had, the Catholic Church has prayers specific to the whole ceremony of Kwabyalumbe, which is, some people call it bursting of the disease, but it is the ending of that negativity that comes with death. So they have prayers that are very specific to that are accepted by the church, which I love, because then it removes that or lessens that demonization that comes with it. And after we're done with it, then it's full on celebration. We eat, we drink, we make merry. People can stay around all night, all evening, and the leave at leisure. So this is the end of the second part, or the day 2. I will then go to day 3 in the next video. But I will also pull back a bit at some point and talk about what happens on the night of the Kufulumia Olumbe. That is the first night, when there's an all-night celebration. So I'll come back to that later. But for now, let's move on to day 3 and the beautiful, beautiful events that happen on that day. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to click the notification button when you do, and then like, so that the algorithm moves it. But also feel free to share the actual video with other people in other circles who you feel would benefit from this kind of knowledge. Thank you.